Hello, so we're currently at the Odoo experience in 2023 and we saw the release of version 17 now. We're really excited and I'm very excited to have Sylvain and Philip from Braintec with me today.
Hello, Philip.
Hi, Philip.
So let's start a bit with a couple of questions. First of all, it would be interesting for our viewers to hear a bit about Braintec.
Yeah, we are Braintec. We are a company since more than 23 years. We are a Odoo Gold partner in Switzerland, Germany, and also in Austria. We have more than 85 employees, and we really only focus on Odoo because we think it's better to have one software instead of have different businesses and so on.
Yeah, and we are one of the traditional partners, actually, doing that since, I think, more than 14 years.
Yeah, since 2009.
Already, yeah? So if we see all the new partners here, it's great how the ecosystem evolved, and it's really nice to see now 12,000 people here in Odoo Experience. Crazy.
Happy to hear. Is there anything special about Braintec? Do you specialize in any industry sector, company sizes?
Well, what we strongly made in the past is we really focus on the bigger, more complex projects. Because I mean, all the new partners, they can do like the easier things, and probably we do the harder things where you need to have a strong industry know-how or specific modules, EDI or whatever. I would say that then you should choose Braintec instead of others. Yeah.
But we are doing all industries or all sizes of company because I mean we have more than 300 projects which are live, and so we have a huge knowledge on all industries, different sizes of companies.
Did you know that we actually have worldwide the most certified functional consultants?
I knew it, but maybe our viewers didn't know.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. Well, thanks a lot. So you talked a bit about Odoo being set up in bigger companies, or it can be set up in smaller companies. But why Odoo in general? Why not competitors from us?
I mean, it's a really modern software. It's really modular. You can add all apps you need for your business. And it's open source. This is also sometimes, or a lot of times, what customer would like to have. It's open source, so you don't have any lock-in situation. And of course, it's the user is in the center, and this you feel as a user. It's not like, you know, the concurrence. It's not user-friendly and so on. And you just need the web browser, and then you have everything on the mobile phone, on the tablet, and so on.
I think we are, with Odoo, in the ERP market, we are quite more than 5 to 6 years ahead of the competitors.
Yes.
We focus on UX and this on an ERP. I mean, no one goes that way. We have the functionality, we have the base, and we focus now on the user because you need to be faster with what you do daily, and this makes the difference.
This was also a really big change. I think it was 5 or 6 years ago when they introduced the website module. And so you have really the end-to-end process. You don't have interfaces if you really are new to Odoo standard. And this is also what we explain to our customer. So really take Odoo standard, and then you don't have so much problem also during migration and everything.
Well, take the standard and take all the modules, or to really take the full potential of Odoo. I mean, you can just select a CRM or just go for a couple of modules, but you profit the most if you go to full scope, because you have all the apps in your license fee and this makes a difference.
Okay. So you talked a bit about the standard, but maybe like a very simple question. How do you set it up? So can you walk me through the implementation process a bit? Obviously, it's a bit maybe different project by project, but in general?
Yeah.
Well, we do that a little bit different from project to project, that's right, because of the size. But what's really the first step we do with everyone is we do a proper demo, so that you really know what's actually behind, what can we do with that platform. And then we do a certain amount of workshops to go deeply into the business needs of the client. And then we start with an agile methodology of developing and always with the goal to bring really fast a first set of value to the company, and not like going 3 to 4 months in a cave and try to do something without the client feedback. So the client is really close in our methodology. You know the names like Scrum, Agile, and we really live that day by day. Yeah.
And it's not easy to convince the customer. I mean, they have their daily processes and they think their process is the best. And sometimes perhaps there is another process like Odoo is doing great jobs. But this is then the challenge, that the customer is accepting a new process. He's open, for example, also for Odoo spreadsheet, for example, and stuff like this. But this is then really interesting. But yeah, Scrum, I mean, 10 years ago, we didn't have Scrum.
Yeah.
And this was not so easy in the projects.
Perfect.
Yeah, we started waterfall and we fully do every project, fully agile, and we really are convinced that this is the way to do Odoo projects, because from day one you have like a fully working software. And you probably heard about IT projects who are running out of costs, or at the end you have nothing, and you never have that risk ending up with nothing. And this is something I really like. Yeah.
And we start also with default Odoo training for the customer, for the key users, that they understand what are the Odoo core apps, or they also see the potential like e-shop, website, social marketing, not just the core apps like purchase, manufacturing, accounting, and so on.
Interesting. Okay, now it's real talk time. Let's talk about our relationship. What's the relationship between Braintec and Odoo?
Really, really good. The best relationship with you, of course.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, since 2009, more than 14 years of relationship, and with you, we have a really good connection. But with all departments, also with the upselling team. Today we had a meeting with Patricia from the immigration team, but also...
Yeah, we have really strong connections on all levels. If it starts with marketing, it goes to the management department, for example, Sebastian, or Pavitra, who is actually in Dubai, former account manager. It's really a success story, Odoo, and we are part of that journey. So it makes life easier to have colleagues at Odoo, and it makes it more fun. Yeah.
We visited you also in August, you remember, you and your team, because we think it's important also to see where Odoo is in the headquarters, what's going on, to see all people working together. That's cool.
Yeah. And especially here at Odoo Experience, you always have some kind of inspirational thing. So you go back home and you take a little piece of that inspiration back into your company. And so yeah, thank you for that.
Perfect.
And also the experience days, it's really cool, amazing what you are doing here during those 3 days to meet all people together. Congratulations, this was the right way.
Thanks a lot. Now a bit back to you again, back to Braintec. So why would a customer work with you and not with another random partner?
I would say there are quite a lot of good partners around. I would choose Braintec if you need in your project, you really need the success, because that's what we do. We bring the projects live. We do it because we have employees who are on the Odoo journey since more than 10 years. You don't find that expertise in the market or whatever. This needs to be developed, and it's a cultural thing. And for us, cultural fit is also important on client, because we really grow together with the client. We go all in together and fight for their project, for their Odoo project. So
and also with the size we have, I mean, with more than 85 employees only doing Odoo services, it's easy if, I mean, it can happen. Suddenly one employee is sick and so on, then you can exchange them. Or we have such a huge knowledge with all the more than 300 projects we have done already. And we really focus also on delivering high quality software. If we have to change something, then really on a high quality layer, investigating a lot in writing test cases and so on, that we are really, to the best work.
I mean, you know that we have Swiss origins, and even if we are in Austria and in Germany, and we have a lot of employees in Austria and in Germany, it's part of our culture to deliver this Swissness into Odoo projects. Or if you need specific SLAs, like on the 25th December morning at 6, you have an issue with Odoo, who do you gonna call? You call Braintec. We have a dedicated team just doing that kind of support for our customers. So I would say it's this gap between the great Odoo software and a fully professional delivering organization like Braintec. So then you should go for Braintec.
And we belong, to be honest, to the best partner. I mean, 6 times we've already been nominated for be best partner Europe. 3 times we did already win it. Let's see, in plus minus 1 hour, we know it. If it's the 4th time, let's cross the fingers.
Cross the fingers.
We'll have the results soon.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, this also proves from your side that you full trust in us, that we deliver. And I mean, Europe is huge. Europe is big.
Yes.
And for us, it's really great to be ahead. I would say we are a little bit ahead of our competitors, even if they're really great competitors around. But if you need this sort of professionalism in your Odoo project, then you should go for Braintec.
Perfect. There was a lot about culture, about trust, again, collaboration with Odoo. What about collaborations with other partners? Is that something you do?
It's needed, really, also on international projects. I mean, currently we are working on a project in the Netherlands, and there are key users, they don't speak English, and so you really need a partner for the first or second level support sometimes, or also for helping out in the localization, for example. Or we also did it in Italy years ago, and in the US, but yeah, mainly for the localization and also for the language barrier.
What you also do have an example, for example, in Switzerland, there are smaller partners who doesn't bring that accounting or payroll know-how into the network. You know, we have a specific SwissTech certified solution for payroll. I hope some days it's going to be in the standard of Odoo. If you need it earlier, you can contact us. And then we collaborate with other partners to bring that value in their projects. So even if you are concurrents, we help to evolve that partner network and to bring them forward. Or we do projects in China, in United States,
France,
in France, in Buffalo, just next to your office. Actually, it's fun, and you've a lot of good people in the Odoo network, and collaboration is by nature in every head of Odoo partner, and I think we live that. Yeah.
Perfect. So we just saw the release of version 17. Is there anything? I see a thumbs up here.
Really cool.
We are happy. Yeah,
Anything worth mentioning?
Yes.
Yeah, all this. I mean, everyone is like waiting for the next big app. We are coming from a different perspective. Actually, we are really happy with all the small things which went on, all the incremental optimizations in manufacturing, in inventory, the quant thing, reservation things, catalog feature. I like the catalog feature, and of course the massive POS suite now with kiosk mode, shop floor. So many things to mention, and the really nice UI. I mean,
we love the new design, and also the artificial intelligence you added. That's really cool. It's that we are up to date there. Also WhatsApp integration. But yeah, as you mentioned, Philip, these are the small things which is doing the software better and better. Also performance topics and so on. I mean, since 2009, version 5 was the first one. There's been a lot of changes, and we expect that it will go in this direction. That there are just smaller adaptations, because the software is really the best at the moment for us. So we don't know what is coming next year.
But I think 99% watching that video don't have any idea how version 5 looked like.
Yeah.
So it's incredible what happened over the decades now.
For sure.
We feel a little bit old if we talk like that, right? Even if we aren't. So we hope for many Odoo experiences to come for us. Yeah.
Perfect. That would be all from our side. Thanks a lot to Sylvain and Philip from Braintec.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you,
Good
Philip.
luck with the awards.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Bye-bye.